Guys, is it just me, or does the words "I love you" mean nothing anymore? Be honest with yourself. When was the last time someone said that to you and you actually believed them? And I'm talking about from a romantic standpoint. I'm not talking about your mom saying "I love you," because we all know that they actually do love you. We love you, mom. But honestly, I mean, this is the question that I keep coming back to: where is the meaning anymore? There is no meaning. And I'm not asking this out of bitterness. I'm not asking this out of, being pessimistic. I'm genuinely asking because I want the honest truth. When I look at how our generation treats love, those words feel way less than a promise and more of a moment of convenience. You ever notice people say the sentence "I love you" more when you guys are at the top of the relationship, right? When everything is going well, the highs are the highs, your boyfriend's giving you flowers every week, your girlfriend is just being the most amazing girlfriend ever. But when shit hits the fan, it's a whole different story. And honestly, those should be the moments that you say the sentence "I love you" way more. But in today's generation, we just kind of lost track of that. It's like a feeling that we want to have. It's not an actual promise because we don't want the consequences of what happens after you say the sentence "I love you," because that means a true commitment to that person. That means you're actually committing your life to that person. The sentence "I love you" held a lot of meaning, but in today's society, it's losing its meaning. It's just this feeling that we just want to feel because we want to feel love. We want to feel the highs of the love, but we don't want to feel love when, our partner is going through something really bad. When our partner and our relationship is going through some really bad lows. We don't want to feel love at those moments because there is no love. There is no love. But honestly, those are the moments that you should be more in love with your partner, not the highs. Of course, everyone is going to love each other when we're at our high. But if you really count it, how many times are we really at the highest point of our relationship? Not much. Not the majority of our relationship. The majority of our relationship is going to consist of average to low morale. We're using the biggest words on the planet with the smallest amount of intention. There was a time that saying those words meant that you're choosing someone, not for a night, not for some situationship, not to just date. No. You said those words because you wanted that person. You wanted that person for the rest of your life. You wanted to marry that person. You wanted to be with that person. You wanted to grow old with that person. But now it's completely lost its meaning. Love shouldn't just feel like this drug. Love should be intentional, it should be patient, it should require a lot of effort and a lot of communication, talking about your future, talking about how you're gonna build an empire together, talk about kids. But in today's age, it's just kind of like this thing that we just say, like, "I love you," to the 10th girl that I've talked to that's on my phone.
How bad do you think modern hookup culture is? Who is it worse for, guys and girls? And what does it look like if you extend that over a longer period of time? I hear Jordan Peterson say it can completely restructure your value hierarchy and make you nearly undateable.
I think he's absolutely accurate on that because I think it skews your perception of what intimacy really is and what I think humans are sort of wired to look for in a relationship of this long-term trust and stability and companionship.
So somewhere between then and now, love is completely lost. We stopped treating it as a promise because we didn't want to deal with the consequences, right? We just want to be free. We just want to be single. But we want to feel love. We want to feel the moment, guys. That's what we want. We want to feel love, but we don't want the actual consequences of what happens when you do love someone. And if you don't believe me, take a look at this. Just look around. People fall in love by accident and fall out of love because it gets hard, because of convenience. We stopped valuing the work that actually gets put in a relationship and started romanticizing about the spark. Guys, I can get two wooden sticks, rub it against each other, and then boom, a spark pops up. And in this generation, no one wants to commit. And trust me, I understand why. Honestly, as a girl, how can you possibly dedicate your life to a man and be like, "That is my man. That is the person that I trust with my body, with my kids who I'm going to eventually have, with my life"? How am I supposed to trust a man who's supposed to lead me, but then falls out of love immediately? And from a man's perspective, how can he give his all to a woman when the woman is just going out, partying, clubbing, doing everything that she's doing? Why would he commit his whole life to one singular woman when that woman wants to live single while she's in a relationship? Love does not correlate with freedom. Love does not correlate with no tolerance. Love is the exact opposite. Love means you're responsible over that human being. You're responsible for their emotions. You're responsible for them. And that might sound controversial, and I'm not trying to please everyone here. I'm just trying to tell you how it is. Social media has gotten us to a point where we have easy access to basically everyone. And if you do end up getting a relationship in this generation, that relationship usually ends early. And the reason why it ends is because there's a lack of communication. There's a lack of compromise. You'll notice the person stops caring. You'll notice he'll just let you do whatever, or she'll let you just do whatever. Just sort of less I love yous, like how we were talking about before, or the I love yous aren't as passionate as they were before. And there is no work in the relationship. There is no future. You don't really see a future with that person, so it ends and ends and ends, and then boom, it explodes in your face that day. And then finally you say, no, I love you, I miss you, no, let me be with you, I want to do this, I want to do that. But at the end of the day, you just lost that person beforehand. So one day they're all in, and the next day they're distant because you weren't working on your relationship, because you're afraid of that commitment. Everyone's afraid of that commitment. And honestly, sometimes it's just self-sabotage. You just want to kind of get yourself out of that relationship. And then when you actually are out of that relationship, you start feeling a certain way, like, wow, maybe I actually did love that person. But the truth is, you didn't love that person. You just loved who you were with that person. So was it true love? Or did we lower the bar so much that bare minimum effort felt like love? Because here's the truth that no one wants to talk about. And this is going to hurt a lot of people, but I have to say it. Oftentimes, you didn't love that person, but you loved who you were with that person. You loved the version of you that felt seen, that felt wanted. Sometimes that person wasn't necessarily special. They just made you feel special. And in that case, you fell in love with that person, but you really fell in love with yourself. And once that connection disappears, you call it heartbreak. But really, you're grieving the version of yourself that you lost. We mistake chemistry for compatibility. We mistake attention for intention. We mistake consistency for loyalty. And so the standards fell. And so would the meaning of love. We expect loyalty out of people who can't even be honest and loyal to themselves. We expect consistency for people that don't even know who they are. And that's why the words I love you have no meaning at all. Not because the word love lost its meaning, it's still the same meaning, but because we stopped giving it any. Love didn't weaken. We did. Our effort, our patience, our intentions, they were the ones that weakened, not love. Even if you actually mean it, if love isn't protected, it becomes fragile. If love isn't communicated, it becomes distant. If love isn't chosen, it becomes convenient. And convenient love never lasts. Honestly, I wouldn't even really call it love. So maybe the problem isn't love. It's the people that are saying the sentence, I love you. The people that are saying it without actually meaning it, without actually willing to go through the responsibilities and the consequences of whatever happens after you say that sentence. So tell me again, is it just me, or does the sentence I love you have zero meaning at all in this generation? Because if it doesn't, then the problem isn't with love. It's with the person that's saying it. It's with us. So next time you even utter the words,
I love you.
I love you.
I love you.
I love you,
I love you.
ask yourself, do you really mean it?